Hello everyone, it is the Republic Day weekend and a lot of you might be out on trips over the long weekend. But for those of you who are chilling at home, you might want to watch new stuff on OTT platforms, right? That's exactly where we come in. This is our weekly show called Streaming Now on our YouTube channel, where every Friday at 5 o'clock, we tell you about the new releases on OTT platforms, shows, movies that you can watch to make your weekend more entertaining. This is your one-stop shop where you get everything that you need to know about new releases so that you don't have to go through the apps yourself and figure out what you want to watch or add to your watch list. So let's get right into it about today's list. I have an action hero, the Ayushmann Khurrana movie, which is releasing on Netflix today. Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke, a new series on Z5 that came out on yesterday to mark Republic Day. Cinema Marte Dam Tak, this has been streaming on Amazon Prime Video for some time now. It's already out. Shotgun Wedding, a Jennifer Lopez movie on Lionsgate Play. You People, a buddy comedy film on Netflix. Extraordinaries, new season on Disney Plus Hotstar, and another Japanese show called Lost Man Found, which is also out on Disney Plus Hotstar. So let's get into the details of each of these titles. I will start with an action hero. I had the chance to watch this film in theaters on the big screen, and I definitely loved it. Unfortunately, the film did not do very well at the box office, but people who watched the film have mostly praised it. This was Ayushmann's maiden attempt at action, and he had the formidable Jaideep Ahlawat to face off with, and the two of them make it a really entertaining film. The film does not have too many actors. It's not like an ensemble cast, so you mostly have to watch Ayushmann and Jaideep on screen. And they are, both of them are talented actors, so they make it definitely worth a watch. This was directed by debutant director Anirudh Iyer, and the reviews were great, but it released in December in theaters, but kind of couldn't really work the magic at the box office. The film kind of follows Ayushmann's character called Manav, who's this superstar in Hindi films. And the film starts where he is in Gurgaon in Haryana, performing at a show, shooting for a film actually. And somehow he ends up accidentally killing the brother of a municipal councillor called Bhura, played by Jaideep Ahlawat. And he kind of runs away from the murder scene only to be chased by Bhura, who's hell-bent on killing the killer of his brother to kind of restore honor to the family. He cannot just let the law take its course or anybody else handle it. He's like, I am going to kill this guy. So he chases Manav all the way from India to London, where Manav runs away to kind of hide and escape from this situation, because he realizes that there is no logical way of getting out of it. He cannot explain to the police or anybody that he did not really intend to kill this guy, and it just happened by accident. So that is the story, and you see how they end up facing off with each other. And it's an action film, but there are also very comic situations, comic dialogues between these two, and of course the face-off between the two of them is extremely entertaining. And Ayushmann attempting action for the first time is also entertaining as well. In terms of performances, this film is definitely solid. The storyline is solid as well. I enjoyed watching it in theaters. I'm sure you will enjoy watching it on OTT as well. If you haven't watched it already, or if you want to watch it once again, do check it out on Netflix. It's out today. It's also a sort of a departure from the regular Bollywood commercial movies. It doesn't really have too many or anything, but you do have one sort of a half item song kind of a thing where you have Malaika Arora and Ayushmann dancing together. So that's entertaining, definitely. And the situations and everything, but definitely do watch the film for its story and Ayushmann and Jaideep Ahlawat's acting. They have been praised definitely by everybody who's watched the film. So An Action Hero is out on Netflix today. Do check it out. I'll next get into talking about the series out on Z5 called Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke. It released on Republic Day. Obviously, because this has the theme of patriotism, so Republic Day was definitely the perfect day to release the show. It's directed by the National Award-winning director Srijit Mukherjee, who's kind of done some remarkable work in Bengal and has also been doing projects in Hindi, both on the big and the small screen. So he's kind of, he's a director definitely who invokes curiosity, whose work we all look forward to watching. The show Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke, it stars Regina Cassandra as a strong and dedicated IPS officer. And she also has Sumit Vyas, Barun Sobti, Chandan Roy, Mita Vashisht along with her in this show. It is a tribute to the IPS officers of India and their selfless work. And, the show is available in Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu. So you can watch it in the language of your choice. If you watch the trailer, you'll see, it's a thriller series that narrates the tale of a courageous IPS officer, Kavya Iyer, played by Regina Cassandra, who battles against the militants and reestablishes the faith of the common man in law. It's produced by Jagannath Productions. The show has 8 episodes, and it is about the real heroes in uniform who tirelessly work towards the betterment of the country, protecting the country and its citizens. And it's also inspired by true events, and the show sheds light on the complexities officers must face in order to fulfill their duties for the country. So, Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke showcases Kavya, which is Regina's character, fight for the nation. And the interesting part about this show is that it has 2 women at the center, played by Regina Cassandra and Mita Vashisht. Mita Vashisht plays a politician. They kind of, take on this responsibility of protecting the nation, and in the way there is a bit of a tension between the two, but because of their positions. But it's also heartening to watch these 2 very well rounded actresses kind of come together and take the lead in this show, which is a really, really interesting departure from all the male-driven thriller series or patriotic films that we have been watching. It's always a man in uniform, and very rarely we do see a woman in uniform really taking on that role. So that way, Srijit Mukherjee definitely gives us a bit of a departure there from the regular, which is a really welcome thing to watch. So this is an action-packed thriller which blends realism with nuanced storytelling and giving the audience a glimpse of the true grit and heroism possessed by today's women officers. And it will compel the audience to introspect and reinstate their love for the nation. Srijit Mukherjee himself has said that it is an ode to the innumerable officers in the police force who have shown courage, resolve, and leadership in equal measure. So, Republic Day release, it's about the true spirit of officers protecting the nation, working tirelessly. And you see, in the trailer itself, how Regina kind of is trying to balance her personal life with her dedication for a job. And it's not just a job where you just go there to earn money. It's way more than that, and means a lot more to herself and to the nation, the service that she's giving. So Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke is full of all those elements. So definitely watch it if that is the kind of stuff you're looking for. Then I will talk about Cinema Marte Dam Tak. This one, this is a reality docu-series out on Amazon Prime Video, created by Vasan Bala, another acclaimed director. It takes the viewers back to the 90s, giving them a never-seen-before glimpse into the fascinating, flourishing, and undocumented world of Hindi pulp movies, which boasted of a loyal and strong fan following across the country. This one is definitely an eye-opener of sorts. If you've never delved much into the B grade, C grade movie industry, what kind of who were the people behind it, what kind of viewership it attracted. I mean, there is obviously an idea or a stigma or a stereotype around it, and people don't really think that these films are to be taken seriously. But they were definitely successful. They had a definitely dedicated fan base and audience base who really look forward to these kind of films. So this docu-series basically takes the audiences behind the scenes with 4 exceptionally passionate directors from that era: Vinod Talwar, Kishan Shah, Jay Neelam, who is a female director, by the way, and Dilip Gulati. They come back to make a film using the similar budgets and themes from 30 years ago, which was, which they did, while making films in this pulp genre. So that's what they do as part of this reality docu-series, and it kind of over 6 episodes takes you through that process, how these films were made, what were the thoughts, what were the script writing like, what were the directors like, what kind of money they made, because of these films, and also the stigma that they had to face because, these films are not really respected in the mainstream. So this Cinema Marte Dam Tak is a Vice Studios production, and director Vasan Bala himself has said that it's a dedication to the it's called Cinema Marte Dam Tak because it is a dedication to people's passion about cinema, and irrespective of which genre it is in and what kind of budget it is in and what kind of audience it goes to. Cinema is cinema, after all. It's kind of a larger umbrella. So bringing that under that is this reality docu series called Cinema Marte Dam Tak. Do check it out on Amazon Prime Video. It's out already. Then we'll talk about a really funny film called Shotgun Wedding. This is a Jennifer Lopez film. If you watched her previous wedding films, you will realize what I'm talking about. So Shotgun Wedding is in the exact genre where, there's a wedding happening, something goes wrong, there's comedy, there is romance, and everything that you would expect from a Jennifer Lopez film. So, Shotgun Wedding gives you all that. It's out on Lionsgate Play today. You also have the very handsome Josh Duhamel as Jennifer Lopez's co-star and the leading man opposite her in this film. They play a couple who are planning their destination wedding, and obviously anything and everything that you can think of going wrong does go wrong. They are trying to, Jennifer and Josh, they are a couple who are trying to make the wedding day the most important day. They're, kind of all in love and trying to, make all the preparations. They have all the guests coming in and all of that is happening. And there's a mother-in-law with whom Jennifer's character kind of goes into there's a bit of a, power tension right there, as expected from films like these. And all of that is happening, and you think that, okay, this is going to be a regular wedding movie with like just, people talking about relationships and emotions and romance and drama. But the drama really goes to a different level altogether because the wedding gets hijacked by criminals. Everybody gets, taken hostage and everyone's lives are in danger, and then it becomes the job of the bride and the groom to kind of free their guests and rescue their wedding from these hijackers. And if you watch the trailer, you'll see there's gun, there are bullets being shot, there are grenades being dropped, and all that is happening. So suddenly a rom-com movie suddenly becomes an action movie as well. So all of that is happening. So there's an addition to all the drama. But even in that process of saving their families, this couple rediscovers why they fell in love in the first place. So which is a sweet thing. And so there's still a star cast, and there are like these amazing comedic situations. The movie looks like it's going to be like a fun, witty, and humorous journey. And while Jennifer and Josh's characters try to save their day and their wedding, and it's all set in a tropical island. There's spray painted gold pineapples to eclectic families and a good dose of action. It's a perfect popcorn entertainer that will brighten up your day. So do definitely check this out. And what's a wedding without a drama? So do check, go to Lionsgate Play to witness Shotgun Wedding. It's streaming today onwards, 27 Jan. Then there's another entertaining movie on my list called You People on Netflix. It's a buddy comedy directed by Kenya Barris, and it was co-written with Jonah Hill. The film features an ensemble cast including Eddie Murphy, Jonah Hill, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Lauren London, Sam Jay, Molly Gordon, Mike Apis, Nia Long, June Cole, etc. This is basically shows that Jonah Hill is a man really lonely and looking for a companion, and he finally finds a woman who he really likes, but she's a Black woman. And so then he is trying to convince these women's parents, played by Eddie Murphy, that he's the perfect guy for her and he wants to marry her. And they are definitely skeptical. Her parents are definitely skeptical because they are like, they are not sure about this mixed race marriage, and they are wondering if this white man is the right guy for their daughter. So that is basically the situation. And Jonah Hill is, convinced that this is the woman for him because he's never felt so connected to anybody else before. So it does not matter whether she's black or white or anything. So that is a kind of situation where they're kind of trying to, go around their racial identities and kind of, make this relationship work and convince other people in their families that, okay, they are perfect for each other and their races do not matter. So, this one is also, you have Eddie Murphy, you have Jonah Hill. So this one is definitely going to be an interesting film to watch. It's out on Netflix today. It's called You People. Do check it out. Then there's a new season of Extraordinary. It's season 1 of Extraordinary. It's a new show on Disney Plus Hotstar, where it's a world where everyone over the age of 18 develops a superpower. Now, everyone does that except for 25-year-old Jen, who is still waiting for her power to appear. And without the power, she kind of feels like she's being left behind. Her insecurities are also, get increased by the fact that she's stuck in a dead-end job. And then she's occasionally hooking up with this guy called Luke, and he's a flyboy who has no intention of committing to her in a relationship. So, and she has her best friend, luckily, called Carrie, who kind of keeps her positive and, prevents her from falling into a well of self-pity. So they share a flat with Carrie's long-term boyfriend, Cash, and a stray cat who's named Jizzlord by the gang after an unfortunate incident. So in this big, confusing world and armed with nothing but a bit of hope and a lot of desperation, Jen begins her journey to find her maybe superpower. So, it seems like an interesting premise, a little relatable, a little unrelatable, because, who has a superpower, who gets a superpower after 18. So this one is definitely, an extraordinary show. Maybe that's why it's called Extraordinary. And season 1 is out now on Disney Plus Hotstar. Do check it out. Then I have a Japanese title on my list called Lost Man Found. It's out. This one is also out on Disney Plus Hotstar. It's the story of Satoru Matsudo, who kind of becomes fascinated with the world of acting after watching a theater play in high school. He moves to Omotesando, where his childhood friend lives. And Satoru struggles through poverty and is having trouble breaking into show business. And one day, he coincidentally finds an airplane ticket from under a vending machine. And it turns out that its owner was none other than a CEO of a talent agency. He becomes a chauffeur for a popular actress while working a night job at a DVD rental shop. Through numerous encounters, Satoru's path to becoming a popular actor begins to take shape. So it's a journey of how Satoru fulfills his dream of becoming an actor. Whether he becomes one or not, for that we'll have to watch the show and find out. This one came out on January 25 on Disney Plus Hotstar, so you can watch it already. So that brings me to the end of my list for today. I'll just go through the names of the shows and films that I just talked about. You first have An Action Hero, the Ayushmann Khurrana Jaideep Ahlawat film. The action comedy film is out on Netflix today. Then Jaanbaaz Hindustan Ke, a patriotic series directed by Srijit Mukherjee, which released on Republic Day on 26th. Cinema Marte Dam Tak, a reality docu-series which takes you behind the scenes of the making of the pulp films in Hindi. This one is out on Amazon Prime Video. Then a Jennifer Lopez, Josh Duhamel film, an action comedy film called Shotgun Wedding. This is out on Lionsgate Play. Then you have another comedy film called You People, starring Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill. This is out on Netflix. Then a new show called Extraordinary series that's out on Disney Plus Hotstar. And then a Japanese show called Lost Man Found, which is also out on Disney Plus Hotstar. So that brings me to the end of this session of streaming now. Do check in next week, same time on the same channel for a new list of releases on OTT. Thank you so much.